Hey gang, something's different.
I don't know.
This is definitely not Mitch, but I am Mike. And this is Mitch and Mike's voiceover journey. And I got our good friend Gunnar Ready sitting next to me.
Hello,
We
hello.
are, I was going to say live, but I mean, this is going to be recorded.
Yeah.
We are sitting in our hotel room at the One Voice Conference in Dallas. Whoop, whoop, voiceover community, if you know what we're talking about. This has been a blast so far. Today was just opening night.
Oh yeah.
And there's so much more to come.
Bumping
But,
shoulders with all the real important people and just getting to talk to everybody. Oh my god. I ran out of business cards for a hot second there.
We feel so important.
Yeah.
We feel like we are really, really making it because we're just, talking to people with IMDb credits 1,000 miles long.
Yeah.
And so pretty cool. But hey, Mitch could not be here this week. He's doing some kind of trip with his wife or something unimportant.
Life
I don't
outside
know.
of VO? How dare he?
Yeah, I know, right? But we wanted to take the opportunity. Got our good friend Gunnar here, and he's been part of we got a little accountability group going with some guys, and originally it was going to be 4 of us, and then it was going to be 3 of us, and
now
then
it's down to 2
everybody
of them.
backed out, and it was just me and Mitch. So Gunnar was one of those OGs, and so it's good to have him here as a guest. So Gunnar, what's going on with you, my friend?
Oh, Lord have mercy. A lot, but also not. So that's just life.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it does, right? VO stuff going on. Working with GVAA, as you know.
Yes, we are here
Fantastic group.
representing the GVAA. Doing,
I believe
doing some
he is.
volunteer work.
He's doing the
for the
volunteer work.
GVAA today.
So working with them, talking with the Voiceover Network and Rachel Naylor, working with her right now. And I've also been doing some training with both Dave Fenoy and Kristen Paiva. Other than that, audition.
All right. Well, it sounds great. That's what we want. More auditions you
yeah.
get, hopefully the more jobs you get. So
Fingers crossed.
that's that's a good thing. I'm gonna actually do my first remote audition in the hotel room here tonight because I got one from an agent and it's due tomorrow, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not at home. I don't know how this is gonna work, but hey, we're set up. I'll throw a towel over my head and we'll see what kind of noise reduction I can get and do the best I can. 'Cause why not?
Please pray for me. I have to be in the same room as he's recording under a blanket.
Yeah, well, it's worse because he's got to be in the same room with me when we're sleeping, and I may or may not snore.
And we'll find out. I'll let you know next time.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So I mean, first of all, let's just talk about this conference a little bit. I mean, it came together. I got to come out and meet David Rosenthal last year. He was coaching me at the time, and he said, "Hey, I'm coming out to Dallas," and I'm, for those of you who've been listening, I'm local to Dallas, and so I came out and met him for dinner, and I'm like, if I get established, I want to go to this next year. And so, when it came up, I'm like, yeah, you know what, this is going to be a good opportunity for me to network and to get more, in-person training and all of that stuff. And so I'm like, yeah, I bit the bullet, and I bought a ticket. And then I thought, you know what, these rooms are not that cheap.
No.
So just put a call out and said, hey, anybody else going? And my boy Gunnar was like, I just bought a ticket yesterday. So yeah, so we're roomies. So this is my first One Voice. This is my first voiceover conference, period. Gunnar, you went to
So this
the big one.
This is my first One Voice. This will be my 3rd voiceover conference, I think. Yeah, 3rd one. Because last year I went to That's Voiceover LA in December, and then earlier this year I went to VO Atlanta. The voiceover conferences, I just love them. Like, don't get me wrong, Zoom and all these other things that we get to meet with people and train with people from all over the country, all over the world, at any time, day or night, and fits our schedule. It's great. It's not the same thing as a handshake and meeting a person
No.
face to face. Like, good Lord, that's just so needed in this industry, and it's that human connection. It's that thing we love. Why we get into this.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I have had a lot of fun just meeting people this evening. I mean, today is the first day of the conference. We showed up, we did the registration, and then we had a little mixer, and then we had the opening ceremonies, and that's all that's happening today. And just in that short period of time of just a few hours, just walking around, talking to people. I like I said, I was volunteering with the GVAA. We have a booth. They have a booth here, and so I was standing there talking to people as they came up, as well as walking around and interacting with people with Gunnar. And man, it was just fun. And everybody is so nice and so accommodating. That's one of the things I've really enjoyed about this industry and about this community is that everyone, to the person just about, I mean, that I've met in workout sessions, that I've met the coaches, and that I've met here tonight, is just they're aces. I mean, they're just great people that are enjoyable to talk to, and they're all rooting for each other. We're all rooting for each other. And so, me not being an established person, I'm talking to people that, like I said, I mean, they have credits out the wazoo, have been working in this industry for years, and we're talking as peers, and we're enjoying the conversation with it. And it's just a cool thing to see. And I know that, even though I don't have much as far as credits are concerned, I'm not hearing, nobody's looking at me like, oh, he's lower on the totem pole than I am. I don't feel that. I feel like I'm getting a lot of great, just great people to talk to and find out how they're doing and what they're doing in their craft and where they came from. It's just been really, really good experience so far. Okay. And it's just begun. We've got 3 more days of this. That's insane.
3 más días.
See. That's all I know. See.
You also know no. You know no?
No, I know no. No and sí. I can say yes or no.
That's it.
In the Espanol. Right.
That's 3 things. You know Espanol.
I know Espanol. Hey. I used to say, people, I say, people ask me if I know Spanish, and I say, 2 años en escuela. That's all I remember.
That's all
2 años en escuela. But anyway, so yeah, so what's your experience? I'm glad I can crack you up, man. So what's your experience been here so far? And what are you looking forward to?
Well, the thing that I was looking forward to, I've already done, and so now it's just more of it. It's just
meeting me in person.
Yes, meeting this bit jackass.
Them's harsh words, man.
Damn harsh words, them be fighting words. No, just meeting people. Like, I met you over online. David I'd met, I think, once before this, and that was last year. But just getting to meet new people. I'm going to butcher his last name, but Mark Grau?
Growy?
Graeu. I think
that's one of those guys with the IMDb page as long as my left arm.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
My left arm's a little bit longer than my right arm.
Oh, it is, actually. I learned something new about this guy. But no, just meeting these people and just talking and being part of the community. And that's just what I love because, well, we're going to get into it later. But my regular job, it's not interacting with a lot of people, especially other voice actors, other creatives. So getting that opportunity to see other people, meet them, find out their work, their history, their life stories, everything, just find out more people.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for. And if I can take those stories and take those lessons into my VO auditions, my VO journey, that's worth it to me.
Yeah, amen. I mean, I'm hoping not only because there's so many different sessions in so many different genres that are going on in these next few days, that we're going to get a lot of training and a lot of panels and things, and just hearing from experts in the industry as well as working with them is going to be fantastic. But I mean, the networking is half of it, right?
Yeah.
I want to meet people. I want to find out from people like me, and people that are farther along than me. What did you do? Mm-hmm. How did you do the thing? How did you make those contacts? What is it that Because I talked to somebody even today that's like, we were talking about pay to plays.
Yeah.
And I was saying, what is the level? Because they were talking about how they were getting a lot of jobs from like Voices 1, 2, 3 because they have one of the higher levels. And I'm like, what's the ratio that you get from like agent to pay to play to networking? And they were like, I do very little networking because I don't like it. And I'm like, yeah, me too. But
respect.
But they're she's getting a decent amount of work, and so I'm curious to have these conversations and to find out just the different things that people are doing, and also getting that that input from the teachers, the people who are leading classes, who are teaching things like VO as a business and like how to nail that audition and how to, just finding out from them the things I need to do that I'm not doing. And I'm also hoping, for a little kick in the pants because, Mitch and I have discussed on this thing, this is going to be our 10th episode. You are part of double digits. So congratulations.
Double-digit
you
episode.
are. Yeah, Mitch isn't, but you are.
Take that, Mitch.
But, we've talked several times about my apathy, when it comes to the direct marketing and something I really need to get better at. And just bite the bullet and do it, even though it's painful.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm really hoping that coming out of this, it really kickstarts me this week to want to do the things I need to do.
Yeah.
So, but so maybe I'm possibly gonna also talk to other people here about, hey, would you like to be on a podcast? And maybe we'll have some more guests from the industry. How you like them apples?
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. So so. Let's get into you.
Oh, me.
Mr. Ready.
If I'm a voice actor, I don't like talking about me.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I like talking about other people.
Well, I'm gonna talk about other people because I'm gonna talk to you about you.
Oh, okay.
How does that sound?
There we
All
go.
right.
You ask me questions, I'll answer.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah, otherwise, this would be pretty short and pretty boring.
Yeah, right.
But so tell me about what it is that drove you to want to even try this. What is it? Because not everybody goes, wakes up in the morning and goes, I want to be a voiceover actor. Mm-hmm. What is it that brought you here to this point?
A couple of different factors. One, growing up, I'm an only child, first off.
Me too. You're an only child. Yeah.
And so, being the only child and not a lot of other kids growing up where I was, I had to entertain myself somehow, and how I entertained myself was doing voices, trying to voice match cartoons and video games, and just doing weird, fun stuff in that way. I actually remember one time I called my mother's office, and I did a voice pretending to be somebody else because I just went, this will be fun. And I got through, and they didn't know it was me. I just went, ha ha.
That's awesome.
I didn't piece it together that was voice acting as a job. Like, that just was a different world to me. And I just didn't put it together. And so eventually had to go into college, went to study physics because I grew up in a scientific household. And once I graduated, I realized what I wanted to study would require a doctorate, and I didn't want to do that because the doctorate requires you to be a teacher for a bunch of people that don't care about what you're talking about.
Plus, school sucks.
School sucks, yeah. Also, you have to apply for grants just to do your study. If I hate talking about myself, why would I write about myself?
It's even worse.
Yeah, right? So graduated, and also at the same time around when I graduated, it seemed like there was a shift in the industry where a lot of studios were starting to show off the voice actors for the promo for whatever show or project they were doing by putting them in front of the camera, and I was able to make that connection of finally oh, there's a person behind that voice. Oh, that's a job. And I also
That's a thing I can do.
I can get paid for this.
What?
And I will also give credit to a particular show that I still watch to this day. Critical Role. Twitch show. It's a very popular thing. You probably heard about it, but in case you didn't, bunch of D&D voice acting nerds sit around a table, do D&D as a live...
What do they call themselves? Nerdy ass voice
a bunch of nerdy ass voice actors that play D&D. And they all just sit around a table, and they used to do it live. They still do live shows. It's pre-recorded, yada yada. Anyway, seeing them do that, I'm also a tabletop nerd. I've been that for well over a decade and a half now.
Me as well.
I still didn't piece together that what I'm doing at the table, coming with the characters, their backstory, their motivations, their voice, everything, that's voice acting. And by seeing the people do it on screen and say, yeah, this is what we do in the industry, and we're just taking this to D&D, I went, oh, Mind Explosivo.
Yeah, so you and I are kind of the same boat. We reverse engineered that and took what we do in D&D.
Yeah.
And there's so many people like you and me. I mean, I've talked to several people that are the same way. It's like, I got into this because I play D&D and I do all the crazy voices. And
yeah.
So if you're listening to this and you play D&D and you do all the nutty voices, It's time.
Yeah,
It's time
come
to get
join
into
us,
this.
please. We would love to have you here.
And we'd love to play D&D with you.
Yeah, always. Even if it's not D&D, I'm down for other games as well.
Oh, we had a discussion about board games a couple episodes ago.
Yeah,
it was
nice.
choice. Yeah, we're gonna do that more often.
Nice, nice. But yeah, so after graduation and with all those factors going into it, I found an ad through, I think it was Facebook, for a local community college. They have a recording studio associated with them.
Okay.
And they said, hey, come join us on a Saturday for a 2-hour intro to voiceover kind of thing. We'll talk about all the ins and outs, and then you get to go into our little booth and do a recording off of some lines we hand you. And I had more fun in those 2 hours than I did studying physics and all those other things my entire college career. And I just went, oh, yeah, no, this is where I need to be. This is where I'm going to be. Okay, thanks. Bye. So, yeah. I've been working odd jobs. At the time, I was working a dead-end job, which was also probably a factor pushing me towards it, because it was night crew at a grocery store. Good Lord, that was... But yeah, no, so took that, loved it. I've been able to move up in work, so it gives me more free time and more pay, thankfully, because then that pays...
Those are two good things.
Oh, fantastic things. And it gives me time and money for the training now.
Yeah.
So then after that 2-hour intro, I did research on what do you need for mics, what's a good starting mic, booth setups, DAWs, which is the digital audio
something system.
Something.
Yeah.
I want to say
that's
weapon.
what you record you talk into the mic and you turn your DAW on and it records everything, and then you can go in there and mix it.
Yeah.
Most of you listening to this probably know what that is.
Yeah, hopefully.
Unless you're my mom, in which case you have no idea.
Well, he'll show you, hopefully. Talk to him at Christmas. But
yeah. Only at Christmas, Mom. I don't want to talk to you anything. No,
at
she lives near me. We're good friends.
Okay, good. Always good to have a good relationship there. So yeah, no, looked into all the stuff I found for it, took some other local classes, and through research on, I think it was Reddit, that I found GVAA, and so I looked more into them, and I went, yes, these guys are providing a rate guide, and they also provided an explanation of, hey, look, you come to us with if you buy our demo package, we're going to have an introduction with you, and if we think you're not ready, we're going to refund that. We're going to say, take some training and come back to us when you're ready. And I went, these people aren't trying to scam me. These people are here to help me grow as an actor and learn the ins and outs of this industry. And so I was with a particular trainer or teacher that they have, Steve Reesberg. Shout out to him. He's a fantastic teacher if you're looking to do character or commercial stuff. He taught me all the basic introduction stuff, and eventually, it was earlier this year, we had to part ways, and that was because anytime we went to do a character or any kind of read, I would have to stop myself after a read and go, I know what you're going to say. Let me just do my own adjustments off of what I know you're going to say, and I'll just do it the next read, that version. So we went, I have nothing else to really teach you. You know what I'm going to say. You know why I'm going to say it. So it's just a matter of doing it now. And so I've been shopping around for other teachers and talking to people, networking. I will say recently I haven't been auditioning as much as I should. I've been focusing too much on the teaching or learning aspect of VO, which, be warned, you can get caught in that trap very easily.
Yeah, don't overtrain.
Yeah, don't overtrain. Be confident in your skills, but also be humble enough to realize where you need to practice. And so, that's my VO journey. I've just been going to conferences now, talking with people. There are local conventions. There's another, actually, anime convention coming up at the end of this month here where I live. Oh, so I'll be going to that, meeting with creatives there, doing cold emailing. I hate cold email. The bane of our existence.
Yeah, you want a villain for your next cartoon? Make it the cold emailer. I'm the cold emailer. You must email everyone in order to get anywhere in life. There you go. You're welcome.
I hate it. That will terrify every VA person out there in existence. So learning all the ins and outs about that kind of stuff, and that's my VO journey. Oh, one other thing that I need to add to it. Also going into a little bit of singing practice and vocal practice. Yeah. Found a local person.
That's one thing he's got over me. That and the hair.
Yeah.
I can't sing my way out of a paper bag. I couldn't carry a tune if you put a handle on it.
Anyone can sing.
No.
Yes.
No. Anyone can cook, but not every. That's Rat Tattoo.
Yeah. I get the reference.
I just didn't do it in a French accent. But
listen,
the
whole point of Ratatouille was that anyone can cook. Not anyone can be a great chef. You don't need to be a great singer, but you can sing. Dang it! And it also, listen, just look up vocal coaches in your area. And you don't even have to go over there for singing. I didn't start off as singing. I did it for like the breathing techniques where you have to breathe into your diaphragm.
I
and
do
breath
not
control.
breathe right when I sing.
But that's the thing. For voice acting and singing, you need diaphragm control and breathing into the gut kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So go to a person for that. And then if they start teaching you singing as well, hey, look, bonus.
Something to consider. Something to think. I'll add that to the list of things I need to think about.
Good Lord, so many things to the list.
Yeah. Well, cool. Yeah, I mean, again, I mean, it's cool that we've hooked up through GVA and we've become, fast friends, and now I get to meet somebody else in person that I met on the interwebs, and so that's really cool. And that's one of the fun things here too, is that we've met many people that are with GVAA that we've only seen in workouts. Some of the coaches, like Sean Daly, man, I see Sean all the time because he moderates a lot of those coaching sessions, and we get to chat and stuff. And now we got to meet in person. That was cool. Came up and gave me a dap, gave me a hug. It's like we're old friends. So, but yeah, I mean, thanks for letting for telling us that. I mean, that's really cool. We all have different stories, and it's fun to be able to experience those, be able to see a different avenue, and some similarities with the D&D stuff. But also just different passions and different things that you're doing, to try to get places, and so just a different perspective. So hopefully, the listeners that we have got a little something from that and can resonate with some of it, or get a little spurred on to go, oh, he did the diaphragm thing, he got into singing, maybe I should do that.
Yeah. Take a plunge. You never know until you try.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's the biggest thing. Is I've seen so many people look at the voice actor and going, man, I wish I could do it. There's nothing stopping you but you. Just, you gotta take that plunge and live the dream. Take a risk.
Yeah. Again, though, I mean, I will say, it's one thing. I remember a couple of years ago seeing like a TikTok from Voices or whatever, where it's all you got to do is you got to click on the thing and then hey, you can make money. No, that's not the way it happens. That's
if
not
anyone
the way it happens.
ever guarantees you money from a job, just go no.
Yeah. So you gotta put the work in. You
Yes.
gotta do the work. You gotta get the training, because you gotta get out of your own head and and be able to understand how to interpret a script and how to train your voice to do the things it needs to do, in order to be successful. So,
it's not even just being able to do the script, but it's also understanding who you're representing in the script, who you're talking to in the script,
right.
figuring out all the pauses, reading a script and realizing that if there's an ellipses, they probably want to pause there, but you don't have to put a pause there if it doesn't feel natural.
Yeah, punctuation is a suggestion.
Yeah, punctuation is a suggestion, and even then, sometimes they give you weird punctuations, and you're just going,
oh, yeah.
What? Why?
I don't know if this is a surprise to any of you out there who are in the voiceover world, but some scripts are not written very well.
No.
You got to work with what you're given.
Yep. You have to, but then at the same time, you have to. The whole point of learning VA is you have to be able to draw in the line, so therefore you have to know what the line is, and then you have to realize, okay, I can draw outside the line, but not too much outside the line, kind of thing. And that's the whole point, is you have to learn it from the core of. Anyone, I think, could do VA, but to know when you're messing up and why you're messing up, that is the core of VA. And so you have to learn what the process is so you can follow it and then play around with it.
Yeah,
Experiment.
that's the thing. Is you have to know the process. You have to know how to do these things, how to interpret the scripts, how to read some specs and figure out what the caster is potentially looking for, but you also have to be not married to one thing. You have to be able to play around, and sometimes that's the read that they're going to listen to. And that's, if you come in sounding like every other person submitting an audition, then they'll turn you off in 5 seconds. But if you come in just with something a little different, maybe you'll catch their ear.
Yeah, the first line's always, that's your hook. That's what you have to sell them on.
Yeah. So, hey, would you like to play around a little bit?
Sure.
Because Mitch and we got this thing we do called the ChatGPT Roulette. Ooh. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's very famous. Yeah.
Yes.
So we're going to pause, and we're going to create a script out of thin air, and then we're going to interpret that for you live here. Well, not live because you're listening to this later, but we're going to come back. But I mean, live in the sense that Mitch and I always do this, in separate rooms in separate cities. We're sitting right here across from each other, and we're going to
same city.
Isn't that crazy? So yeah. So once again, through the magic of editing, you'll hear us again in a second.
All right. Bye.
Hey, look at that. We're back. Just like that, baby. I shouldn't snap into the microphone.
It's fine.
That's fine.
They'll be handled in post products.
No, it won't. I don't cut anything out, man. It's all fair game.
That's true.
All right. So we were trying to think of some kind of weird convention that we might be at, and it turned into not a convention but a competition. And so we are Bob and Jim. And Bob and Jim, because why not Bob and Jim? Because that's generic ChatGPT names. We're at a lumberjack competition in a park. The two competitors were standing next to our axes, wearing oversized plaid shirts and looking overly confident. And we exchanged glances and nods of mutual respect, which is clearly a facade.
Yes.
Because as good as we think we are, we're not good lumberjacks.
We're terrible.
So here we go. Well, Jim, looks like it's just you and me for the top spot.
That's right, Bob. I've been training for this moment my whole life. Nothing's gonna stop me now.
Same here. I've been chopping wood since I could walk. Well, since I could run away from my dad's wood pile anyway.
Childhood trauma. The best kind of training. So, what's your strategy today?
Well, see, it's simple. I call it the double thwack. I swing twice as fast, which should double my chances of winning.
That's cute. I'm going for the super spin maneuver. I spin around 3 times before I chop. Adds a flair. Plus, I get dizzy, and I can't really feel the pain all that much.
Isn't that dangerous?
It's called taking risks.
Yeah.
Besides, last year I only chopped down the neighbor's fence. This year, I'm aiming for the competition.
Well, that's the spirit. My big claim to fame? I once nearly split a log. By nearly, I mean I almost hit it with a sledgehammer.
Ooh, that's impressive. I once mistook a tree stump for a log. I spent an hour trying to chop it before realizing it was just a really big, stubborn rock.
Looks like we both got some stories, huh? Who knows, maybe today will be the day we actually win something.
Or at least not embarrass ourselves completely. Let's make a pact. If we lose, we blame it on the weather.
Deal. May the best lumberjack not embarrass himself too much.
Understood. Next up, Bob and Jim, the self-proclaimed lumberjack legends.
Here's hoping that rock isn't involved. Huh?
Or at least that the trees are in a generous mood.
We suck.
Yeah, we could be better.
All right, well, that was a really weird script, but hey, that's what you get when you ask AI to give them some generic prompts, and they write you something.
Man, it's almost like writers and creators should be used more. I don't know.
Maybe.
It's weird.
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't there like a strike going on for something?
There may be.
I don't know.
Yeah, AI's bad. AI's bad.
AI bad. AI. Have we done enough subliminal messaging for them with the AI bad thing? Do you think they got the message?
I hope so.
Here's hope.
Yeah.
Fingers
But,
crossed.
sometimes we can have fun with it.
Yeah.
So it's not all bad for everything.
It's
but,
a tool.
Yeah, it's a tool. Sometimes used by tools. But
Speak for yourself. How dare you?
all right, well, hey, Gunnar, it's been a blast. And now we're just going to get back to just conventioning. Yeah, baby. Maybe getting some sleep.
Somehow. Sometime. Somewhere.
All right. Peace out, everybody.
Bye.
We'll see you next time. Let me drag my mouse down.
Yeah, just slowly.
Because this is not the normal setup, and it's just like, bye. Maybe I'll cut this out in post.
No, you won't.
Maybe I won't. Okay, for reals now. Bye.